Well, hello class. Mick33 here. Talk about for graphic design for drawings, and according to my speeches that I would be reading off here. To talk about my 10th degree right here. To where I was first introduced to graphic design through freehand drawings, and then I created that I had created, and then I discovered Microsoft Paint, and that gave me the expression to continue into graphic design and for into graphics and graphic design. Knowledge of digital design is also important for filing and saving your designs, for my designs, and video games are also important ingredient for animation and character design. Using graphics, video games, are for a variety of people and not just for kids. And it is also important to look at the rating into a video game. Graphics are also for video games, are not just for kids. And it is also important to look at the ratings for video games. Graphics are also important thing to consider about about gameplay. Since young kids who play video games think about the graphics rather than how many levels in the game that there are, and some games don't even have levels and are measured by the gameplay and the graphic design. Graphics are an important part in the video games. That is why that I am also interested in graphics by a major. My major is in graphic design and animation. I also taken I have also taken courses in digital design. I would love to create a video game and put my graphics into it, and that would be a perfect project, a perfect product for me to apply my major. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter if the graphics are on a T-shirt or on a blanket or in a video game. They are also representing for graphic design. The design makes all these things more interesting. It is also about the fun, the fun and entertainment and violence, and the number of players in a video game that sometimes is concerned that to be concerned about. But I can say looking at the graphics is also the most important thing, and my skill in the graphic design involves a representation by using digital technology to make the information we see every day and more of the real and understandable. And top I say in my degree for digital design, the work that I do on a T-shirt is related to my skills and my freehand work that I would make available to those who want to order the particular design. On a T-shirt that we see a lot of pictures and logos on the different characters and animation. That part of what I have been doing was developing the best results of what makes my designs look more presentable to those who find it interesting, and I can then make copies. I know most companies do ask to get copies of something like something I design. People like anything that they are familiar with. People love graphics based on video games that they are familiar with. When I develop my designs on a T-shirt, I think most about what what is highly recommended by someone else, and what they would expect to see on a T-shirt. Most of my art is original and have created, which I have created, and then most video games include graphics and graphic designs. And if we were talking about a character design for a video game that is great, challenge, for a graphic designer. T-shirts are also an important component for graphic design artists. They can they can help bring the graphics to life. Most of my freehand designs are black and white and based on history and science. I would like to show you a couple of examples from my design. Show a couple of examples. So you have right here is a couple of examples of my designs right here. Used for digital software, and as well as introducing to my skills as for a graphic designer. So you have right here is for digital is only the beginning, and talk about it's like for the graphics on the T-shirts. So in case of anybody that may weren't aware that based on what I do as a graphic designer, that I develop a lot of my work using freehand skills, and then also using software to bring those digital source to life, and it's basically the use of pixels and also about the memory size file. And you have right here is that this also is an example of some of my freehand work right here. Talk about for classmates and for signatures. So yeah, a lot of what I do is basically using the source of digital technology. That source of digital technology to where that you're not have to use so much paper, but then also to show a little bit more the work goes by as to where that if it's going to be worked on paper, and then if there's going to be any source of editing work that would be done if we go ahead and edit it up in programs like Photoshop. So based on my speech of for what I'll be going to when I'm going to school for, really that for about what we explain about digital. Digital basically means is toward that a lot of the skills that are put together for based on my major would be about is to where a lot of that data is worked electronically. You have access to it using multiple devices, including mobile devices and other sorts of electronic devices, and for how companies look at that, what I do as well. And think about right here is that for the use of digital technology, based on what I've been working on in class, that involves is to where that I go ahead and add in some special effects and then After Effects, and if I go ahead and add in about maybe 1 or 2 layers, it maybe shows something that represents for how the company looks at that design, as to where if it's a promotion or if it's anything that they would like to add as well. But thanks for watching, class, and take care, and let's hope about the presentation. But other than that, but understanding about this.